Welcome to PPTV, and it's your boy, the Black Mamba. It's October the 6th, episode number 19, and we back. We back with those week 5 picks. It's a crazy week last week. Nah, I know it wasn't. Pretty much everything went as planned. No real big upsets that I saw. Miami, Buffalo, that was a game that I thought would have been a little closer, but Buffalo showed that they were up for the challenge, and they took Miami behind the woodshed. But all of that is water under the bridge. Let's jump right into week 5. So I got one honorable mention, and I got bangers for you this week. No leans, just bangers. So my one and only honorable mention is the Indianapolis Colts versus the Tennessee Titans. I like Indy in this game. The line actually started out as the Titans being underdogs, and I guess everybody's just on Tennessee because the line has switched. Now Tennessee is favored. Fun fact for this year, this is actually Tennessee's first game as a favorite. They've been the underdog. If you've been following me, you know I've been on Tennessee's bandwagon the whole year. They've been an underdog the entire year, and they're 3-1 as the underdog. But as the favorite, I like this Indy team. I really like Anthony Richardson. He brings another element to the game. You know, he opens up the field, especially for the running game. And Jonathan Taylor is supposed to be back this week, and Tennessee's offensive line has struggled. So with that being said, honorable mention is the Indianapolis Colts. And let's jump right into these bangers for this week. Banger number 5 with the venomous pick is I like the Buffalo Bills giving up 5 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. With the exception of the first week, Buffalo's been pretty dominant, and they are more versatile this year. They did lose Tre'Davious White last week, but they've been good on both sides of the ball. The offense is looking elite, well balanced. Not only are they able to push the ball down the field, they have a running game. Jacksonville's run offense isn't playing that well, and Buffalo's run defense hasn't been playing as good. But I think that's the only area where Jacksonville will be able to take advantage of Buffalo. Buffalo is first in interception rate. They're also first in sack rate. They're giving up, or not they're giving up, but they are actually scoring 37 points a game since that first game. So with that said, I like Buffalo to cover that 5. Venomous pick number 4. I like the New England Patriots this week versus the New Orleans Saints. They're given a point, so it's basically a pick 'em. And if New Orleans trots Derek Carr out this week, it should be an easy victory, guys. The pass rush is already weak. And last week, listen at these numbers Derek Carr had. He was 23 of 37 for 127 yards. Let me put that in perspective for you a little bit. Of those 23 passes, 13 of those passes went to the running back, Alvin Kamara, for 33 yards. That passing stat stinks. And New Orleans is also ranked 32 in the red zone. I looked at one other thing, and it kind of intrigued me. The Saints, their schedule this year, they've played the Tennessee Titans, where they just barely inked out a victory. They played the Carolina Panthers, and the game was close. The Packers, they gave up a big lead, and they got stomped by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. New England, on the other hand, they've played the Philadelphia Eagles, which they actually were in that game. The Miami Dolphins, that game was actually closer than people thought it would have been. The Jets, and they got beat. They got wallywhooped by the Cowboys. But as you can see, their schedule is a lot more difficult than what the Saints have had. So I like the New England Patriots in this game, especially with Derek Carr playing quarterback if he's the quarterback this week. So with Venomous pick number 4, the New England Patriots. And with Venomous pick number 3, I like those Philadelphia Eagles versus the Los Angeles Rams. I think we're getting a discount this week simply because they struggled last week with the Washington Commanders. They could have put the Commanders away, and they actually dominated that game. But penalties just kind of kept Washington in the game, and they had a chance to win, and ultimately the Philly was able to win the game. But Philly has the best offensive line, and Los Angeles, the Rams, Matthew Stafford, he's injured. I was impressed last week by him because he was literally out there on one leg and still making things happen, and they ended up getting the dub. So if he can walk, he's gonna be out there on that field. But if he's hurt, it's gonna limit what he can do. And this ain't the week you want to go out being limited and playing against a good Philly defense. So I think Philly will be able to dominate this game. They still haven't hit their stride this week or this year, guys. So I'm fully expecting them to turn it up a few notches and get to the dominant team everybody's thinking they should be. And with that said, Philly is my number 3 most venomous pick of the week. And venomous pick number 2 is the Detroit Lions versus the Carolina Panthers. Guys, coming into the year, I thought Detroit would be pesky like they were the last couple of years under this coach, Dan Campbell, but they have really turned into a really good football team. They're strong on both sides of the ball. They got a good, strong. The defense is legit. The run game is really good. I just kind of see this game as a massive mismatch, and they're coming off a 10-day rest. They haven't played in 10 days, so I think Carolina's going to be overmatched in this game. In the last 3 games with Bryce as the quarterback, Carolina has only 2 offensive touchdowns. The offense is they just stink. They stink to high heavens. They're bad. They're 31st in yards per pass. They're 29th in yards per rush. I just don't see how they will be able to put enough points on the board to hang with Detroit. I think it should be a pretty easy covering. I think Detroit's basically going to take them behind the woodshed and give it to them. Detroit's 4th in yards per play in the league. They may be without the services Amon-Ra St. Brown. He may not play this week, but they'll be getting Jameson Williams back in his debut. This guy's only had 1 catch, and guess what? It went for a touchdown, a 41-yard TD catch. So I think Detroit's gonna handily beat the Carolina Panthers this week. So with my venomous pick number 2 is the Detroit Lions. And the most venomous pick of the week is the San Francisco 49ers. They are probably the most well-balanced up to this point team that I've seen this year. They're good on both sides of the ball. The defense can dominate just as well as the offense. This will be their first real test this year. And Dallas, the defense is really good, but the offense leaves a little bit left to be desired. Just to give you a few facts that I found. Dallas offense has averaged 2 touchdowns per game. The defense and the special teams have averaged 1 touchdown per game. So they're basically being carried by their pass defense. They need for Dak to have a perfect game or a really good game, which I don't know if that's going to happen. And not only that, but they are 30th in the league in the red zone. And playing against this San Francisco team, they're going to have to put points on the board. So with that said, I love San Francisco to cover. And those are my picks of the week. And if you guys hung in here with your boy this long, I got a little bonus. Got a little 2-team teaser. I like the New York Jets plus 8.5 and the Indianapolis Colts plus 8.5 in a 2-team teaser. I see tremendous value with those points for both those teams. So that's my 2-team teaser for you guys. And I hope you found some value to help you make some good decisions this weekend, guys. And with that, I have a public service announcement. Spike that like, comment, and subscribe. And it's your boy, the Black Mamba, out.